Hello and welcome to Pest Perspectives, episode number 4. I had a bit of a couple of weeks break because I did have guests that were booked, but unfortunately they had to reschedule. As always, I'm trying to look at the camera, so just listen away. And this week we have got on Debbie Wilson from Wilson Pest Management and Training. I'm just making sure I get it right because I know what Pest Mag did.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
I did, but that's what put me off. I was like, I can't get it wrong. That's what did it. I didn't want to mess it up. But how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm right. Good evening, Sean. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. Thanks for coming on. The lady that got me through my level 2. Oh. I better say RSPH level 2 in pest management. I better preface that.
Yeah, full pest management. Well done.
Yeah, cheers. It was good when I passed that. Second time round, I did it.
Yeah,
so which was good.
Score the first time, you missed it fraction, just a fraction.
I know. It annoyed me, but I studied harder and harder. I did it. I did. So anyway, so for people that don't know you or know what you do you want to tell people what you do?
Yeah, so I've been running this consultancy business for a couple of years now. We specialise in training. So we do the RSPH qualifications, bespoke training, awareness training that's tailored to companies' requirements. I'm also a certified field biologist as well. So we offer a certified field biologist inspection service. So any companies that don't actually employ a biologist or technical manager and they look after sites that are audited, they need to have an auditing service or inspection report carried out for them. So that's what we do. We subcontract to other companies.
That's good to hear. I will delve into that, but I'm going to do it bit by bit. Because I did enjoy a lot of your stories on the course. You had some good stories you did on to tell.
We had a laugh, didn't we?
Oh, it was good. It was. So, how did you actually get into the pest control industry? Are you one of these people that fell into the industry?
Yeah, I did. I joined pest control industry in the 80s.
Okay.
I worked for a company called PHS, which at the time was one of Rentokil's biggest competitors, and one of their branches was in pest control. So I went as a surveyor for about nearly a year.
Okay.
Got a little bit fed up with that. I was only a younger at the time, so I decided to get out of the industry, went and did something else for a few years. And then in 2005, I decided I need another job. I don't like doing what I'm doing. What can I do? And I saw that one of the big companies was advertising for the pest control technician. So I thought, I'm an outdoorsy sort of person. I can do that. So I went along for the interview. And because I'd already been a surveyor, they said, come and do surveying for me. I was like, I've just been in a high-pressure sales job. I don't want sales anymore. I want to do some service work. And they're like, okay, you want to do that? Come and be a technician. So, great. Started as a technician, worked my way up to a high-dependency technician, and then worked my way up to a biologist. Left there as a senior field biologist in 2013, and then joined the distributor side, working with products. So I've been doing products for the past 10 years as well.
I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that bit.
So I've been right in the base, down in the dirt with everybody else.
Yeah.
On the tools, because I think if you're going to teach people how to do something, you need to have either been around the job or done the job yourself.
No, I do agree. You need some experience.
Experience is a really good way of learning.
Because it's hard to tell people that basically, if you've not done the job, it's hard for people to take it. Well, some people it'd be hard for them to take you seriously if you weren't in the field, at least.
Absolutely. I mean, I know people out there, I've got colleagues and friends out there that have been around pest control. They may not have been a technician, but they've been around pest control out there doing the work.
Yeah.
So they get the experience, and I think it's a very hands-on sort of job, and you learn by getting down there and getting your hands dirty.
Oh, you do. It's like even though the RSPH level 2 in pest management is great, but you need to have hands-on experience as well, because a lot of it although you learn it, it's great. When you actually get in front of it and on the job, that's when you like need to. You look. I'm still learning every day. Every day is different. It is, even though you can tackle a job differently, can't you? Multiple different ways. You can.
I'm still learning. I've been in it over 20 years now, and I'm still learning. You know, every course that we do, I pick up information from the guys on the course, and we learn together. You know, it's not just a case of me standing there telling people this, that, and the other. You know, we talk about things, we have discussions, we talk about experiences that we've all had. And even if you haven't been in the pest control industry very long, everybody's got a story to tell.
They have. It's very, very true. It is. But yeah, I never thought of that perspective. Make sure that you've been on the tools to teach people, because they'll take you more seriously then. Because it's like you often had. We spoke about, I don't know, say rats, but you always had a perspective or a story to say about a particular situation, which really helps. It does to teach certain aspects. It does.
I think it helps as well because I can speak from my own experience.
Yeah,
you know, and we can have a discussion. Well, this is what happened to me, and this is what I did and how I went about it and what I used. And it helps other people who may have just been getting into that situation or who may not come across that situation. So next time when they're out, you know, if they do come across something like that, they think, we chatted about that and we spoke about that, and I'm going to try that way.
Yeah,
to see,
you're right.
what I've been trying hasn't worked, to see if something like that works. So yeah, there's a lot of I think there's a lot of good in learning through experience.
There is. It's why a lot of people obviously do the basics first, don't they? Like your basic principles, and then learn over time. Because even though the RSPH Level 2 Pest Management Awards with Pest Management is great, you've still got to have to start off basics. And would you say that's too difficult for the average person? If you just say you jumped from the factory floor into pest control and had to have that as a minimum, it'd be a bit much, wouldn't it? It would. Do you think, or not?
I think it depends on how you go about doing it. I think it depends on what sort of course you decide to do.
Okay.
You can learn how to answer the questions.
Yeah.
But you can learn about pest control, or you can do both.
Yeah.
You know, we aim to do both. We aim to teach you how to do pest control. Yeah. And by teaching you how to do pest control, it gives you a perspective on how to get through the exam.
It does.
You know?
It does. So, right. What, when you were working as a technician, what did you love about being a technician? Like, was there any particular favourite jobs or particular pests when you were a technician?
I used to like dealing with rats.
Rats.
Yeah. Okay. Because rats, usually for me, rats meant it was outside. Yeah. Because where I was working, even though I was working parts of Leicester, I was still doing quite a bit of rural pest control. Okay. So we're getting a lot of rats externally, which meant I could spend my days outside in the sunshine, doing my follow-ups, doing my call-outs, on my own. No one looking over my shoulder, no one bothering me what I was doing. I could get on with my work, and then I could sit and eat my sandwiches somewhere nice and sunny in a field or something, away from the traffic. So that was a lovely part of being a technician. And I know people say it's a bit of a cliche, every day is different, but it is. Every animal's different. No, animals don't behave the same way.
It is, because one pair of rats can act one way, and then at a different job, you'll try that method, it don't work. So
exactly. It's like people, isn't it? We're all different. We all like different things. Even though we're all humans, we all like different things. We all behave in different ways, and it's the same with animals. So every day is a different, because you're dealing with something that's so diverse and changeable.
It is.
You've got to go with it.
It's like when you caught me out on the RSPH Level 2 course, I knew nothing about cockroaches, did I? Nothing. Do you remember? I didn't know a thing. And you were like, you never done cockroaches? You're like, no, we don't go into Leicester. I was like,
this is the
you
thing.
caught me blindsided me with that.
Absolutely. And this is the thing. This is when you have people that don't do insects.
Yeah.
Or you have somebody that's, that's maybe been with a company for 6 months and they've just done rodent season.
Yeah.
And then we're coming into the insect season and we're learning about cockroaches and ants and flies and fleas and all these,
Yeah.
wasps. It gives them an understanding of what they're going to be coming across.
Yeah.
Say we talk about the biology and behaviour of these insects. We talk about ways to control them. We talk about inspection details and where to look for them. So it's teaching people pest control. It's not just teaching them how to pass an exam. We're talking about what you may come across.
Exactly. You're right. You are. But I do know how to treat cockroaches now. Definitely, it's in the head. Not had one job since though, but I know now.
That just tells me that Oakham doesn't have cockroaches.
No, we don't. Well, to be fair, I mean we cover 20 miles from Oakham, and we've never had a call for one. So maybe
I've done a few cockroach treatments.
Yeah.
Oriental and German, and I think I did brown banded as well.
Okay, but yeah, so I do know now. Just maybe one day I will get that call. We will.
And then you can go, aha.
Exactly. I'll have to ring and buy the equipment because we don't have any in stock. We don't use it. So, I know you mentioned rats, but did you have a particular any fun jobs when you were a technician that you can really remember as being really good or unique that you've never done before?
Yeah, we used to look after this site, and they used to have a lot of animal feed.
Okay.
A lot of dog biscuits and animal feed.
Yeah.
And it was quite rural. And myself and another technician used to go, and they had a big compactor. And the first thing we would do when we got on site is we press the button on the compactor to start the compactor up, and then we'd watch the rats running out. And you've seen like whack-a-mole on the seaside. It was whack-a-rat time, and they were popping up through the burrows, and we were running around, and it was quite entertaining.
Oh yeah, a lot. That does sound quite fun. Yeah, whack 'em. Yeah.
Yeah, they kept us on our toes, put it that way.
He would have done. But yeah, that sounds like a fun one. So, when you were a technician, did you have any like really bad infestation that you'd never seen? I mean, something really, really bad. Do you know what I mean? Like some jobs you have a really big nightmare, and it's like, oh, you've never seen that like it. Did you have anything like that?
Well, I had a few cockroach jobs around Leicester area that you sort of walk in and you sort of, this is going to take me a little while to control, I think, and what are my options. And there was a few of those. We used to look after quite a lot of places in Leicester, and some of the places there was quite a lot of mouse infestations as well. And again, it was like walking to somewhere and think, okay, kick it.
Was the floor moving? Was the floor moving? Oh wow!
Kick the building and it squeaked. And right, okay. Better look in my armoury.
Yeah.
Stuff out. What have I got?
No, I've never had one where the floor's moving yet.
No, I haven't. Luckily enough, and I think I got out of the actual pest control just in time, because as a biologist, we never really saw things like that. We were more at the bigger food sites and places like that were audited. So as soon as you left being a technician and moved over to the biologist world, the opportunity to see infestations like that was sort of taken away.
Oh, okay. You know, when you said you were a technician, you said you worked for Rent-A-Kill. Yeah. Now, is part of the job trying to upsell services, like you need this, that, or you purely just there to do the job, or was it a whole upsell? You need this.
You think about it as part of integrated pest management.
Yeah,
that's what we were there to do. And if part of integrated pest management is prevention and control, so whether it's chemical, physical, mechanical control. If it's mechanical control and you think they need a fly control unit, then it's control measure. It's part of the IPM. If it's something like brush strip at the bottom of a door to prevent anything from coming back, then again, it's part of your integrated pest management. That's what we should be doing as a preventative measure. So, that was absolutely part of our job role.
That's true. I'm not very good at upselling. I'm not. It's an area that I need to learn because.
Think about your integrated pest management.
Oh
Think
no,
about
I recommend stuff. It's just getting
absolutely.
the customer to want to pay for it. That's the problem sometimes. A lot of them do, but there's
Mm.
always ones that they won't. That's the problem.
People don't like talking about money.
No, it's like
That's a lot of. I think that's a lot of, and that's a lot of thing with the industry as well. I think people don't like talking about money.
no.
You know, I went into pest control because I wanted to get away from sales.
Yeah,
Because
I
I've had
mean,
quite a high pressured sales job, and I wanted to get into a place where I didn't have to think about selling anything and dealing with sales calls and talking money with people.
oh, I know what you mean. Sometimes, I mean, I'll be honest. Sometimes I've given up and just filled the hole for them and just done it. We have thought we'll just do it because you're not going to do it, are you? So, but you are right. You are. Um, so what's the so were you only a technician at Rent-A-Kill and then the previous company, or did you go anywhere else
No,
as well?
no, I was at this. I was a surveyor for PHS, and then in
That's it.
2005, I did that for a year. Then in 2005, became a technician at
Yeah.
Rent-A-Kill. Then I moved up to a high dependency technician in Rent-A-Kill. So a high dependency technician was looking after the bigger sites,
Oh, okay.
the big superstores who were customers of Rent-A-Kill at the time.
Okay.
Then from a high dependency technician, I moved up in 2008 to the role of a field biologist.
Okay. But that's got to be interesting. Field biologist. What's the actual description of a field biologist? What's the job? If nobody knows, I mean, I'm not a field biologist, so I don't know the ins and outs of it all.
We are there basically as an extra pair of eyes. We are there as a help to the site.
Okay.
We are there to give an overall account of what's happening on the site. We're there to make recommendations, to assist in maybe the technician.
Yeah.
And we're there to help, to make sure that the site gets the best out of themselves.
Okay.
That's basically what we're doing. We're there to help.
See, that's one thing that a lot of pest controllers need to know, because I'm not saying I've heard stories where pest control companies, some of them may act like the field biologist is the enemy when they turn up, because maybe they're haven't got all the site in order, basically. So that's the message they need to get through, that field biologists there to work with the pest control company to make sure the site's fine.
Absolutely, we are there to help. We are there. If your site is audited, then majority of the time it will need some type of technical inspection.
Yeah.
And depending on what level of auditing you are, SALSA, BRC, depends on, and the risk to the site depends on how many inspections you have. So the inspection could be done with a higher grade technician.
Okay.
If they require a biologist, a lot of the higher spec sites actually require a certified field biologist.
Oh, do they? Okay.
So, so technical inspectors as well are another position for people who are there to help as well.
Okay.
Another pair of eyes to maybe give recommendations to the site and to the pest control company that that the technician hasn't seen, or when he's been going around, he may have missed.
Yeah.
So field biologist sounds a bit scary to some people.
Yeah.
Because when you hear the word biologist, you automatically think, oh my God, they're going to come and pull the site to bits, and they're going to, they're going to get little petri dishes and scrape bits out here and scrape bits out there and grow bacteria here and there. And we're going to tell people big white coats and everything. No, it's not like that.
No.
I'm a pretty down to earth biologist, and I'll go in there and I'll get my hands dirty with the other technicians if I have to.
Okay. So if you've done the big, obviously, did you still do audits for big audited sites? Because you're not with Rent-A-Kill, you still do them, do you?
Yep.
BR, what is it called?
BRC.
That's it.
We do SALSA, we do BRC. If a company produces food for the big supermarkets or the Marks and Spencers, the Tesco's, the Morrisons, then they will be audited by those particular companies, and they will require an inspection report to be done for those as well.
What I've heard is, I've been told, it is correct, that sites that are audited, like BRC and so on, quite often you have the pest control company that does the work monthly or how many times it to come out, but they also get a field biologist in before the main audit from BRC. Is that right? BRC, to make sure house is in order.
No. Let's say you've got a food site and it's a high risk. So you'd get the biologist going in 4 times a year. So we would have a schedule, and we would go in probably depending on where the schedule falls, the middle of each quarter.
Okay.
If the site, or if we work with the field biologist, work with the pest control company, and they said, can you come in an extra visit prior to our audit, then that's something obviously we could arrange with the pest control company.
Okay.
Or if the site was bringing us into audit, we could arrange it with the site. But the pest control companies do a really good job out there.
That's good.
We are there as a backup to them. Yeah. So we're there to do the inspection, to make the recommendations. We make the recommendations to the site. It's not, we don't make the recommendation so much to the pest control company, unless you find something that, we may say, well, possibly may change this or this needs redoing. Okay. But we're there to make sure the site gets up to the level where they're going to pass their audit.
That's good then. It is. So that's answered that question. That's cleared that one up. That has. Because I thought something completely different. I thought they'd come in before the main audits each year, but it's booked in, obviously.
We're scheduled in. We're usually scheduled in at a certain time of year. I've got customers that have been with me for the past 7 or 8 years, and I've been going to the same sites at the same time, doing the inspection report, and I'm happy to say that the sites have always passed their audit. So the pest control company are doing a fantastic job as well.
That's good to hear. One thing I wanted to ask you, how was the food sites, the ones that are BRC, changed or not changed since the effective, I want to say it, the glue board legislation? Has it changed on them sites? Because I imagine they have to use, I don't know if they use them or not.
No, the sites won't be using them themselves. It'll be the pest control companies.
Do they still use them? Have you seen any?
Sites don't do their own pest control. They have a pest control company in to do the job for them. So the pest control company decides that the infestation is to the level where it can't be controlled in another way, and they decide to go down the route of the glue boards, then we don't get involved with that.
Okay, I just wondered.
No, that'll be something that the pest control company.
Okay.
We may talk to them, and they may say, "Well, we're going to recommend this," and we'll say, "Well, have you tried everything else? Is there any other options that you've got prior to that?"
Okay.
But predominantly, it's we're there to. If there's a gap at the bottom of the door that needs proofing, if there's food lying around, if there's potential for a risk factor for insects to come in, or if we find any insects, identification and biology, behaviour, and this sort of thing. We're not there to tell the pest control company, this is what you should be doing and this is how you should be doing it, unless it's detrimental to the site.
Okay. I just wondered how it changed, because I heard a lot of companies, even big ones, they just stopped using glue boards completely.
Yeah, the sites haven't really changed. What happens on the sites, if the pest control company deems that it's the right method of control after doing their risk assessments and everything, then that's not something that we get involved in.
No, okay.
We are independent. So even though we subcontract to the pest control companies, we don't get involved with their day-to-day routines, call-outs, that sort of thing. Okay,
I just wondered. That's cleared that up. Thanks for that. So how do you if someone wanted to become a field biologist, how would they go about it if they wanted to become one? Would they have to start out at RSPH level 2, or would they have to go build up, or just go straight in at that, or can they not do that?
Well, first of all, you've got a passion, pest control, haven't you? You've got to see a side of pest control that potentially maybe other people don't see. You've got to see it as a career. And pest control is a career.
I agree, because it's the best career I've ever had.
There's no reason why people can't join the industry and move up to a higher level. All the options and the opportunities are there for people.
Yeah.
To become a biologist, my pathway to a biologist, so I started as a technician and did my RSPH level 2 certificate. as it was at the time.
Okay.
From the certificate, I then did the advanced technician, which was the BPCA Diploma Part 2, which was at that time the advanced technician.
Okay.
I then did my RSPH Level 3 in food safety for manufacturing and supervisors, which gives you an idea on food manufacturing.
Okay.
Then I did my RSPH Level 3 in pest management.
Okay.
And I was a member of a CPD scheme.
Love the CPD.
Then I did my certified field biologist exam. So you need prerequisites. You need
so you've got the ladder, basically.
Yeah, you need to have a pest management level 2 or equivalent. You need to have an advanced tech or equivalent. You need to have a food safety passport or a food certificate or equivalent. So if you look on the BPCA website and look for prerequisites, all the information is there on the steps that you need to achieve before you move into your final qualification. And it's a final qualification. I'm too old to do any more now.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm sure they could come up with a new one for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, yeah.
No, don't do that.
No, I've done my bit now, I think.
Fair enough. So let's talk about the thing I wasn't prepared for. So what was it like being on the distributor side then?
Working for a distributor?
Yes.
So in 2013, I left Rentokil as a senior biologist. And I went to work for, it was the end of Essex Environmental and the beginning of P&L Systems. So P&L just bought out Essex Environmental and they were going through a transition at the time. So it was still being run by the guys in Southend.
Yeah.
But then P&L, as it is now, Pelses, were having a hand in change over. So it was my old friend Rich Lamb, God rest his soul, who did the North. I did the Midlands, and then Dean did the South. And we were technical sales managers, and we sold on our technical knowledge. It wasn't a case of we didn't have targets and things like that to do. We went out to see a customer, and if I sat down with you and Sean and said, "Right, Sean, bang, what you got on today?" You go, "Oh, I've got this rat job. Really? What are you using? Oh, I'm using this. Try this. This is really good. Oh, I've not heard of that. I'll tell you what, next time I get a rat job, I'll give it a go. There you go. My job is done."
I
see. We used our technical knowledge to help promote the business and the sales.
Okay.
And then things changed, and Pelses became Pelses, and I became their technical manager. So I moved away from the sales team, and I was a technical manager. So I was still doing field biologist work.
Yeah.
Then I left there and went somewhere else for about a year and a half to set up some training.
Okay.
Then when I left there, I decided, well, what should I do? And my husband said, why don't you start up on your own? You've got the knowledge and you've got the experience and you've got, customers saying to you, what are you doing now? Because obviously I was doing their inspections and stuff. And I went, you know what, I'm going to do this. So then I started up on my own. But I worked very closely with other distributors.
Okay.
Doing training courses for them, promoting their products, this sort of thing.
Okay, so with the Pelsis, were you like when you were there? Did you go and talk at trade shows and things like that to promote the product? Is that kind of, say, like what Alex Wade's doing now for Basif or Lawrence? Is that the kind of role you had? That kind of role? Yeah.
Yep. I went and I was speaker at some of the BPCA forums,
nice.
MPCA forums, one of the big franchises. I used to be sometimes guest speaker at their conferences. So yeah, I used to do quite a lot of that sort of thing.
Public speaking.
Live, I did a piece of PPC Live with some other people at Pelsis at the time, and so we did not just promoting. I didn't just promote products, but other things. We think of a subject and we put something together, and then we'd go off and present it at the BPCA forums or the MPTA forums.
Okay. No, I just thought it's interesting. You say, I never knew you did seminars and things like that. There's a lot to you. You've done a lot.
An onion. I have layers.
But yeah, no, that's interesting. But I tell you what, I am interested about is about setting up your own business. What was that like? Was it scary at first,
Yeah,
or
it is. Yeah,
because it
yeah. I
is?
mean, my husband ran his own business for 20 years, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, he had before we've got together, he had to close it
Oh,
because the economy, basically.
okay.
So I was I was a bit dubious because I my health isn't great physically. So going and getting my hands dirty now is, I can't get into roof spaces and I can't climb up ladders and things. So, I was sort of, I can't really go and offer people pest control if I can't offer them the whole aspect of pest control. If I can't do everything, then that's
Yeah.
sort of letting my customers down. So use my strengths. And my strengths were, I run training courses. I can train people. I can talk to people. Um, even though at the time I didn't have my certified field biologist qualification, I could still work as a biologist. I've been doing biologist work since 2008, so
Yeah.
quite a few years. So I said, yeah, I'm going to do this. And the distributors were, very supportive, and my customers at the time were very supportive. And so when I said, I'm going to go out on my own, they said, that's great, that's fine, let us know when you're ready. And then, we want our inspections done. And so I carried on like that, and it sort of built up and built up from there.
Well, that's really good, that is, because have you got? Did you start off with a base of distributors that you do you like train distributors staff as well? Are you like do you go in and do training in like pest control distributors? Do you do training for them as
Yes,
well?
I've done in-house training. Yep, did some in-house training for when I was at Pest. We did in-house training.
Nice,
We've done in-house training for another one of the distributors, Lodi, that I work alongside.
nice.
Um, I do other companies that I do training for, so not just their technicians, but maybe their office staff.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
got
because it is nice for
yeah,
the
because you think
office
about it as
staff.
well. Office staff, they're pest controllers. They're involved in pest control. They need to know the questions to ask the customers when the customer rings up. And it's nice to have people on the phone who know a little bit about what you're talking about. And it gives
Exactly.
you confidence in the actual company itself, with the people answering the phone actually know something a little bit about what what the problem is and how to approach it.
Well, they should do, yeah, because if someone's like, oh, I'm not really sure, you might think, oh, but I think I better ring. I better go somewhere else. Because
Yeah,
you really
exactly.
should. If you
Yeah,
work for a pest control company, you should know at least the minimums. You should.
exactly. If somebody rings you up and you're the lady in reception, doing a cracking job, but don't have much to do with pest control, if what a cockroach is,
Yeah,
how it behaves, or a little bit about it, and the same with ants and fleas, and that wasp nests and things like that,
yeah,
you can at least impart a little bit of information to the customer, if not just to put the customer's mind at rest. Because people, especially with things like bed bugs, people think, oh, it's such a stigma attached to having bed bugs. But if you've got
there
someone on the
is.
phone who can sympathise, and put your mind at rest and say, well, no, it's not a public health problem. These things don't just go for dirty places and stuff. It's not like that.
Not.
People start thinking, oh, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you are
it
right.
gives
That
people a little bit
perspective.
more confidence.
It
Yeah.
does. It does because a lot of people still think that bed bugs only pick dirty houses. I've been to some very clean houses, and wherever a human lives, they will be. That's basically
Absolutely.
it. Anywhere.
Absolutely.
They could,
Exactly.
they,
But people, you're right. People still think bed bugs, cockroaches must be, something must be wrong with the property. So when I was a technician and I was doing bed
yeah.
bug treatment, and I'd be in the van and I'd pull up outside the customer's house and they say, oh, you're in a marked vehicle. Oh, I said, I'll tell you what, which one of your neighbours don't you get on with? And I go, well, her over there. So I'll tell you what, I'll park the van outside her house. There you go. And I'd go and park outside the other house, and it was a bit of an icebreaker,
Yeah. That's fair enough. So our van's got a big wasp on it, so they don't often ask us. But I'll just say, I can't tell you. Not supposed to, are you? Customer confidentiality.
Customer confidentiality.
It is. Unless you get on with your neighbour, feel free to go and ask. you know. So with the training, because you
Mm.
do RSPH, is there kind of, do you have to register with RSPH or do any certification to become an official? Because you're an official training partner, aren't you? Is there any process to that? Is there?
Yeah, Wilson Pest Management is a registered training centre with RSPH.
Okay.
So we're not just a trainer that goes out and trains people. We are officially a training centre. So our details are on the RSPH website. People looking for training courses. To do the training yourself, if you're going to train RSPH level 2, you need to have a qualification that's higher, really, than RSPH level 2. So you've got the experience.
Yeah.
If you're training RSPH level 3, ideally you need to have that qualification or higher to train
Okay.
RSPH level 3. We do quite a lot of RSPH courses.
Yeah.
We do the safe use of rodenticides. We do the pest management.
Okay.
We do the RSPH level 3 in pest management.
Okay.
We do the RSPH level 2 aluminium phosphide, so using aluminium phosphide safely for vertebrate control. We're also a registered assessor as well, so we can do the assessment on the second day as well as the actual qualification and exam.
You can.
So,
I've experienced it.
yeah, we do quite a few.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So say you had to do RSPH level 3 courses. What would you need to? Would you have to be like, you say you have to go a little bit higher. What qualification would that be to do? Do you have to be like the field biologist qualification?
So for training RSPH level 3, I would expect somebody to have either that qualification or to be a high qualification.
Okay. Just wondered. I did, because I wasn't sure what's
That would
higher.
be my expectation.
Yeah.
If I was going to go and do my level 3, I would want somebody who's got either that level 3 or a high qualification to run it.
Okay. Yeah. That's answered my questions. That has. What else we got? So, obviously you were in the Pest magazine for CPD. So I know you're getting a reprint next month. So you're in it twice.
April, I think it is. Yeah, I think there might be another photo as well. So have a look out for that.
I will. I'll get the Pest mag sent to me straight away. I do. But do you think CPD? Obviously, I know you think CPD is a great thing. What's your views on CPD and the way CPD is now? Do you think it's great, or do you think it's a work in progress? Because a lot of people think CPD are quite negative. Oh, it's more of a chore than like it's fun to learn. But I'm one of these people. I love to do CPD. I do. What's your thoughts on CPD?
I think CPD are important. I think CPD is a way of showing our customers that we are not concerned. Concern's not the right word, but to show our customers that we are, concerned about making sure that we keep ourselves up to date with the industry, so we can give our customers the best service that we can. And I think CPD is a really good way of learning. As I said in the article, we need to learn. We all need to learn. Whether we've been doing it for a long time, we still need to learn. And showing our customers that we are continuously striving to be the best that we can is it's what our customers deserve. It's what we should be offering our customers.
Cheers. I fully agree with you. I like CPD because I think there was CPD brought in because they basically said pest control engineers to do something or the government will.
Yeah, I think
was that right?
I think it was just a way of showing our customers, because when I was a technician, I don't think there was CPD. We didn't have any CPD.
Okay.
We are a professional industry, and as a professional industry, we have to prove that we are professionals. And by having CPD, it's a way of showing our customers that we are a professional industry. You
Oh,
know,
it,
we're
it
always
definitely
striving
is.
to learn more. We're always striving to make sure that we keep up to date because it's a very fluid industry. Things
It
are always
is,
changing. Absolutely, things are always
especially
changing.
recently.
If
Yeah,
you don't keep up to date with what's going on, and you fall behind, first of all, it can put it can you could be doing something that's illegal, and it could jeopardise your business.
it can.
Worst case scenario.
It can.
So
You don't
really,
want that.
when we talk about CPD shouldn't be a negative thing. CPD's there to help us.
Jeez,
There's
'cause
lots of people out there, NPTA, BPCA, BASIS, they all do things to help improve our knowledge.
I do. And Pest Register now by Sean Mooney as well. There is.
And the podcast as well. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and
Yeah,
podcasts.
you're all there to help us.
You can't get CPD for this yet, people, so don't try. Maybe one day.
You
But
will.
but you can for the beauties and beasties. You can.
Yeah.
That's where I get my CPD, or some of my CPD. Racked up 76 last year with a course.
All our courses carry CPD,
Yeah,
BPCA, and basis CPD
it's,
points because it's very important.
it
It's
is.
our way of increasing our knowledge.
It is, most definitely. But yeah, love your views on CPD because I'm a big fan of it. I am. Where do you think the pest control industry is going to be in, say, 5 years' time? What do you think it's going to be like?
5 years time. That's a question. Well, put it
Sorry,
this way, people will always have pests, so
they
hopefully
will.
most of us will still have a job.
They will.
Um, Things, like I say, it's a very fluid industry. Things are changing. The qualifications are changing. I think in 5 years' time, there may be more qualifications.
That's true.
There may be they recategorise the qualifications. There may be more that we can do.
Yeah,
There may be other ways to earn CPD points. There may be other subjects that none of us have even thought about yet.
that's true.
That could
It
be to do
very,
with
very
pest
well could
control.
be. Could be.
That we could earn CPD points. There may be other pest control companies out there doing other types of pest control.
It may be.
We don't know. We just deal with rats, mice, and insects, don't we?
Yeah, we do, predominantly.
Let's say vertebrates and invertebrates. We deal with
Yeah.
some of those and some of those.
Yeah.
So there's lots of other things out there that, as a pest controller, there's lots of other types of pests that we may not have actually thought could be included in our industry.
Right, that is true because the what's it called? A lot of insects the numbers are starting to rise. Like there's a lot of harlequins now, isn't there? A lot of harlequins. There is year on year.
When we had COVID, a
Yeah.
lot of companies were doing sterilisations, and they were doing sanitising. They were doing sanitising.
Oh yes, yeah.
There's still a lot of biohazards out there.
There is.
Are the pest control companies still taking advantage of that and still going out and doing sanitising jobs? Or have they now reverted back to doing what they were doing prior to the pandemic?
I don't know. I believe a lot of them still do it. Certain companies, anyway, they do. They still do it because some pest control companies deal in mold removal and specialised cleaning and like fogging places out and whole disinfectants and everything like that.
But shouldn't that be something that we should all offer? If we're dealing with pests and the aftermath of pests, is that something that we should all be offering? We should all be offering some sort of sanitising. If you've had rats in your kitchen or something,
That's
should we
true.
be offering a way of cleaning up for you?
That's a good point. That's an extra. That could be an extra, couldn't it? That could be. That is. But yeah. So, do you think it's important? Obviously, you're a big fan of CPD. Do you think it's important to be part of some kind of trade body, say BPCA or MPTA? Do you think that's important? Good look for your business.
CPD points are important.
Yeah.
How you get your CPD points is personal choice.
Yeah.
It's whatever works best for you.
Okay.
Some people decide to get their CPD points by being, without being part of the associations. Yeah. Some people decide that, they want the backing of the associations. Both the associations do a fantastic job. They give their members backing. You're never going to get 100% of people being 100% happy.
No.
If we can get 70% of people joining an association and 95% of people on a CPD scheme, then I think we've done pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I know a few people recently that were just basis prompt members, and they've recently joined trade associations. Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
obviously...
Pick different things out of it. If you know, it's whatever works best for you. If you want to just get the CPD points through basis, through other CPD outlets that are available, then if it works best for you, then it's personal choice.
It is, most definitely. With if you were, I mean, I don't mean a field biologist. I mean somebody who wants to get in to the pest control industry. How would you recommend they go about getting in? Say they wanted to be a tech, but yeah, if they wanted to be a tech, how would people that are just coming into the industry? How would you suggest? Would you suggest they ring up pest control companies trying to get jobs, or would you recommend they get their training in first before they try, or would you recommend?
To be honest with you, Sean,
Yeah.
I don't think people think about a pest control job. I think the only time people think about a pest control job is if they want another job and they know someone else who does it.
But you might be, because a lot of well, some wants to be a pest controller, bless him, but that's because of me. But I don't think in like schools and
No.
like secondary schools that it's a job that ever comes up or mentioned.
Because it's not seen as a career.
Well,
It's not. Yeah, there's no career path
I
really in
believe it
pest
is.
control, is there? There's
No.
nobody that goes to a careers opening day at the schools and say, "Come and join pest control. This is what you can do. You can strive to be an entomologist or a zoologist or something. You can you could become a biologist. You could be a technician, a great technician.
Yeah.
There's lots of things you can do in the industry.
That's something probably got to work on. I might suggest that at some point. Try and get more into that.
We were looking years ago. We were looking
Yeah.
into there's exhibitions.
Yeah.
We do PPC Live and the British Pest and Pest Tech and everything and
Yeah.
Pest X and everything. But there's nothing that we actually advertise by way of an exhibition for people looking for a career.
Okay.
Is there? We don't tag ourselves onto these exhibitions where, like, for example, ex-soldiers, ex-servicemen and women.
Okay.
We were looking at doing something like that years ago.
Yeah.
Going to some of their seminars, going to some of their career advice sessions and saying, "Hey, have you thought about pest control?" But nobody ever did anything about it. Nobody ever
give me some food for thought with this. Yeah, you've given me some food for thought with this. You have. It's you are right. There's no. I mean, I see it as a career because I was in a dead end job for 16 plus years, and this is the best job, best career I've ever had because I was in a dead end job, literally like 8 till 4,
yeah, exactly.
and that was it.
Sean, you've got a passion for it, the same as I've got a passion for it. Which is why you do things like this, which is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
We've got to share that passion around the industry. We've got to get out of this mindset that people are just a box checker or just a technician. A technician is a fantastic job to have. We're lifesavers. We save people's lives on a regular basis. This is why we were specialist workers. We save people's lives. We go out to people's houses and we get rid of their problems that could cause them life-threatening illnesses.
It's true.
Our industry is never shown like that. If we were pushed to say, look, we are a professional industry. This is what we do. We go out and we save people's lives. Maybe if we made it more appealing and attractive, then people may go, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think I'd quite like to go into pest control because this is what I can do.
Giving me some ideas, yeah, because you have there. Because in the next 5 years, they reckon BPCA had a statistic that over 50 or under 50% of the industry is due to retire, and that's a real big problem for the industry.
It is, because think of all the experience that's going to go.
Yeah, a lot of experience is going to go.
And this is why we need to pull these youngsters in, pull them in, and show them that you can have a career in pest control.
Yeah, give me some thoughts.
Just doing what your mate does down the road or something that he's told you, oh yeah, it's just a job. No, we need to make it more attractive and we need to push the opportunities.
You do. It's a hard one as well. One of the biggest problems is getting young people, but another problem is it's a problem that I don't think anyone can tackle. Sky high van insurance for the under 30s.
Mm.
That's a big problem. That's not one no one can actually tackle because they're the same in all. But it's a combination, isn't it? Because a lot of kids don't know what a pest controller is. Oh, I couldn't do that.
We're never shown, are we? We're never on the list of preferred jobs. We're never on the
No.
list of, when they're having these career open days at school, you don't see Oakham Pest Control standing there with a really nice stand,
No.
with all the pop-ups, with the opportunities and everything that you can do.
It could be an avenue the trade bodies could try. So it could be. Because that is a big concern for the industry. Is the high potential people retiring. So it could be something that could be looked at. That could be because
I know some people go to these, these county shows, the big county shows that you can get.
Yeah.
And they have a stand at the county show, and they may sell some bait boxes, not obviously rodenticide, professional, but they're amateur stuff.
Yeah.
But also they have an opportunity to talk to the youngsters and the teenagers, about, have you ever thought about a career in pest control? I didn't know, what you did. You just go and put poison in boxes. No, we don't do that. Give me an opportunity to tell you more about it.
Yeah. Also, with the digital monitoring and a lot of the technology, that should start to interest a lot of the kids. But they don't know about pest control to start with, do they? They don't. If they don't know about it, they won't.
The problem with a lot of kids, and I'm not saying it's a problem with a lot of kids. I think a lot of children, a lot of youngsters haven't had the opportunities to go out into not the world, but when I was a kid in the village, we lived in a village in Suffolk, and school holidays, we'd disappear, and we'd go and have your breakfast and disappear, and we'd come back for tea.
Yeah.
There's not the opportunities to do that. The world is not a safer place the way it used to be when I was a kid.
I used to see that when I was a kid as well. But I don't think the world is less safe. I just think that it's publicised now, isn't it? I think it happened. It's just publicised everywhere.
There's too much. There's publicised, but there's too much to do. There's too much for kids to do. We never had thingy games.
Xbox, etc.
We never had anything like that at all.
So no, you are right. You've got a good point.
You can either watch the stuff on telly, which your mum didn't let you watch too much of it, or you can go out in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And my grandsons are only little, but they're always out.
Yeah, that's good.
In the park and getting out and about. We need out children that like being outdoors.
You do. You are right, because you got your gaming, you got your VR and everything, virtual reality. But you brought us some great points.
We're a very, very technical society now.
Yeah, my kids can't believe that I grew up without the internet on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Your daddy, you're well old.
The worst thing that could have happened was the internet, wasn't it? It took away all the books.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, all the books are on. Well, books still sell.
And reading, and unfortunately, but
it's one of them things. But it's been you've got some good subjects tonight on this show where I didn't even think about. You begin some serious ideas there, you have, about the next 5. I would say that's involved in the next 5 years of pest control. The young people trying to get more people in as well. But there's some real.
We need to try and replace the experience that we're going to lose.
Yeah. So as a part of a trade body, I'm going to put some ideas forward, see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Have a word with some of the others. About maybe I don't know, Pest Control Academy or something like that. There's the opportunities are endless, really.
They are. So food for thought. Anyway, but it's been a really fun podcast, Debbie, and I've learned a lot, and I'm hoping others have learned. And now, if you didn't know how to become a field biologist, you do. So hopefully this helps you. Do you want to promote your business and anything else you want to promote? I will put the links in all the descriptions for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Wilson Pest Management and Training does what it says on the tin. We're there to offer training courses, RSPH, bespoke, tailored to your company's requirements. We do toolbox talks. We can do on the tools training, in the field training. We can do QA training. We also do biologist work. Strangely enough, we have a certified field biologist.
Yep.
You can come out and subcontract to yourselves to go out and do your site audits and inspections for you. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We're more than happy to help.
Thanks, Debbie. And anyone needs Debbie's services, please contact her. I will put the details in the description for you as well. Here's one for you. Who do you think should come on this podcast?
Who do I think should come on the podcast?
You got any ideas? Anyone you know, or who do you think would be good?
So, what perspective do you want? Someone from a company? Do you want
Eddie?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who. Get Vicky Sims.
Actually,
I'd like a lady. Because I don't think there's enough ladies in pest control.
Well done.
We need more ladies in pest control, and a lady pest controller like Vicky or Mandy Hagar from Tudor Pest Control, who both run very successful businesses. And it would be nice to get a lady's perspective on how to run a pest control business.
Okay, I'll ask Mandy. However, everyone, just so you know, Vicky's coming on in 2 weeks. I've got it booked in.
I look forward to seeing that. Yeah, now because I am still managing director of Ladybug until the April edition comes out.
Oh, that's going to come up. That's going to come up on that podcast.
I bet Vicky went, what?
Oh, I found that post so funny. When did you become director of my company?
Yeah.
Oh, he's never going to hear the end of it, is he, Simon King? He's never going to hear the end of it, is he, no. Simon King? He's not, but mistakes happen. But yeah, I will ask Mandy as well, because I do speak to Mandy.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
well. See if she'll come on.
She's another field biologist as well.
I am trying to actually get more female pest controls on. So if anyone's watching and you want to come on, drop me a DM or give me a message and I'll book you in, because I would like more women to be on these podcasts, because women's views on pest control are very important, because there is a lot of females in pest control. It's just that it's obviously it's male dominated, but it's becoming more and more female pest controllers and business owners that are pest controllers as well. So I'd like to see a lot more of them on the podcast. So you give me great ideas there. But if you watch the podcast and you want to come on, let me know and I'll happily have you on the show. But yeah. So thanks for your time tonight, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to wrap it up now. All right, and thank you.
It's all right, Sean. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. All right, and thank you. Thank you.
Bye.